question is the fact that he saw the big game hunter in that Druid deck. I wonder if that's worrying him a little bit. Something he doesn't want to play a giant, just get blown out by a big game hunter. You know, a little bit of early pressure, then follow that up. That's something that can present a pretty big problem.
It could be. Although I do know some Panlock players feel like, you know what, even if they're big game hunters, there's still 3 other giants. And the fact that I had Taraxis, it's still difficult for Druid to deal with this.
Oh, wow. Firebat has the coin. He doesn't have the Wild Growth or Innervate yet. But Tiddler, he has the Alkanai Salt Priest and the Circle of Healing combo.
Well, nothing screams value like a turn 1 Chillwind Yeti and being able to attack your opponent.
Wow.
Oh, wow. And another Chillwind Yeti.
This is looking devastating. How can you turn this down?
And Chillwind Yeti is
look at
resistant
this.
to the Alkanai Salt Priest Circle of Healing combo, dealing 4 damage to the board.
You know, picking up that second Chillwind Yeti, it has a little bit of potential to change his play right here because he'll have a turn 2 Chillwind Yeti, I know it's disappointing. He'll have a turn 2 Chillwind Yeti, a turn 3 Shade Naxxramas, and then a turn 4 Chillwind Yeti. So he's playing a lot heavier on curve when he does it this way.
Oh, wow. He has a Wild Growth, so his line of play can change again.
Yeah, I almost certainly I think he's got to go over the Chillwind Yetis at this point. Yeah.
And turn 3 Chillwind Yeti as well.
Yeah, he can play turn 3 Chillwind Yeti, or he could play turn 3 Shade Naxxramas.
Is that the best start ever?
It's one of the best because Priest can't deal with these 4-tag creatures with high health very easily. They get bullied because they don't have removal spells to line up for it.
Yep. You're seeing that right here straight away. Tiddler just has to play this just to try to deal 3 damage with it.
Another 4-tag minion for Firebat. But you know what? Tiddler, he has Alkanai Salt Priest combo, he has Sylvanas, he has Holy Smite as well. So there are some ways to deal with this board. Also, a 3/4 Dark Cultist represents some damage, so maybe Firebat will have to trade into it.
Well, generally speaking, you don't want that Dark Cultist Death Rattle to activate. If it gives a health buff to minions, it makes the Priest board extremely resilient. So Firebat takes a commanding lead on board. This is so difficult to bounce back from.
You know, if there's a kind of hand that could do it, though, of course, it's Alkanai Soul Priest, and Circle of Healing, which turns into Circle of Dealing.
Yeah, I mean, even so.
Or Circle of Death.
Even so.
Everything. This is a tough turn, too. I mean, you're not killing a Chillwind.
You're committing 2 cards to kill off 1.
God, this looks like a Priest turn to me.
I think you can Holy Smite the Yeti and pass.
You know what? That's actually not too bad.
That's super awkward, but this is what you might have to do.
That really gives up a lot to your opponent, though, if you choose to make a play like that. Look at this. It's a Priest turn. Turn 4 pass. Oh, my gosh.
Emote, no heal. Tiddler is completely passing back. And you know what? Firebat used an Innervate to gain tempo early on. How far is he ahead of you in terms of mana usage?
Firebat seemed a bit confused.
Yeah, look at that, and he's going to be patient. He knows that Alkanai Circle's in hand with that play. He could have played that Shade Naxxramas. You know, another thing he plays around too is Holy Nova, because that Shade isn't going to be buffed straight away. So Holy Nova would have cleared out 2 of his minions. This is sort of like a blessing and a curse for him. It's like it plays out so well for him because he happens to play around this play that much more.
So Tiddler is 3 cards to kill 2, which he already lost his Dark Cultist. Firebat is pretty happy to see that, probably.
Well, but still, the Yeti was innervated and another Yeti was coined, so it's even more cards. Tiddler is able to deal with those 2 important 4-attack minions and get back to the game.
Sylvanas is going to do some work here, I think.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Sylvanas is a fantastic card to regain board presence.
Yeah, exactly. Really giving him a lot of board presence.
I have no time for games.
Yeah, a lot of pressure now back on Firebat.
I think that Ninja Blade Master isn't.
Oh, and he draws Keeper of the Grove.
Silence, the best answer to Sylvanas the Druid has.
Yeah, you silence and deal with it immediately, right? There's no way you're letting Sylvanas do her own devices here. It's just too dangerous. She can take so many things. The Shadow Word Death provides such a problem because you can steal even the Shade Naxxramas.
Yeah, I think part of it too is he kind of wants to get out of his hand before his opponent has an opportunity to really get a lot of value from it. Like say he chooses to taunt up Druid the Claw or something here, it gives his opponent a really good turn with everything that's different. Because just even a Holy Nova at that point is devastating play. You just really don't want Sylvanas. You don't want to have to be pressured to play your Keeper of the Grove. You kind of want to get it out of your hand now and make sure that you don't have to play it on your opponent's turns rather than.
Guys, but look at this. It seems like Firebat was winning the game with double Yeti, but right now Tiddler is back, and he is rocking this.
And this injured Blade Master is pretty good to have it at your fighting on your side, because Druid, again, has a hard time dealing with high health minions.
A 4-7. How do you deal with a 4-7? Well, Karen is a fantastic card.
So Karen is a pretty good way to start that. It's a tough one for Priest to have to chew through. Firebat, he's looking for Savage Roar right now. You take a look, he's got Force of Nature in his hand. And that Shade's going to keep growing. If it gets big enough, just Force of Nature Savage Roar with that Shade out's going to be enough for lethal.
You're right, because the closer he gets, the grows. Remember, he's going to add that 2 damage. Right now, if he just had combo and the mana to do it, it'd be 21 damage. And that's just going to keep going every turn from this point on.
Right, it's just a dangerous situation. It seems like this game is about training minions, but Firebat is having his finger on a trigger, and he can fire. If he gets a Savage Roar, he's just can sweep the game right there.
Well, he's protecting his other minion that he just played as soon as possible. Karen is also another sticky minion on the board. As soon as he dies, he summons another 4 or 5 minions, so he still had the threat of comboing.
And 4 attacks, so Shadow or Death is not doing anything with this Karen or even the Shade of Hansramas.
But there is hesitation.
Yeah,
I mean, this is a tougher decision.
There's a lot of merit to both of these plays, both waiting and trading away, because, you know, as you said, it's tough. This can't be Shadow or Death. It's got to hit power 5 or greater. So this Karen really likely to stick to the board right now. No silence until there's Celestial's hand. He doesn't even have a direct way to kill it, so this is likely to get in 4 or 5 points of damage.
You know, Spectre Knight also is a little problematic, because as the Priest player, normally you try to use your hero power to keep your minions as alive as long as possible, but you can't even heal your men here.
Yeah, 4-6 body's still pretty good. Look, Tiddler just has to straight away start attacking his opponent's face. So this is going to start opening it up again for Firebat to start trading with his opponent's life total. And he picks up Savage Roar.
He is one damage off of killing his opponent, though.
My gosh, you're gonna. I imagine you're going to probably see a Lotheb or a charge here or something to start applying the pressure right back, because something in his mind is how Defender of Argus or Sludge Belcher is going to muck up this board right now.
Lotheb
He's got to take his time and be careful and figure out which one of these decisions is going to give him the most pressure.
Well, Lotheb is creating a situation where Priest has to trade, and he won't be able to use his spells effectively. Right. Shadow or Death for 8 points of mana. And how do you deal with Karen?
That spends pretty much his entire turn. If he does that, he will die. What Tiddler needs is to shut down his opponent's ability to play the combo and find a way to survive. Otherwise, he is done.
Tiddler needed to taunt that turn. I don't think he's no way to survive this turn anymore. Force Nature Savage Roar is going to do it. Firebat's going to take a 2-0 lead in the finals against Tiddler Celestial with the Force of Nature Savage Roar combo.
The power of the Druids.
This is exactly what Tiddler didn't want to see. My goodness.
The Trends just charging. Power of the Forest.
A 2-0 lead for Firebat. And with a 2-0 lead, you have to peg him as the heavy favorite. And you know what? A little bit of flair and ending it. I like it.
Wow. Unbelievable.
He is 1 game away from being the HearthStone World Champion and earning $100,000.
That was an unbelievable game. You know, I think both of these players really played this game fantastic, but this was a prime example of just how powerful Druid can be when it's got an advantageous matchup. It really put maximum pressure on. It started out with an early Chillwind Yeti. Tiddler was forced to play a Dark Cultist just to try to stifle his opponent's early game from snowballing completely out of control. He had